You have 4,000 weeks to live. That's it. That's the math. 80 years, 4,000 weeks. I thought I knew that number. I thought I understood it, but I didn't. I didn't understand anything. By the time you finish listening to me today, you'll know something I wish I'd learned 50 years ago. Something that would have changed everything. And I'm going to tell you exactly when I finally understood it. The moment that broke me, the moment I realized I had been living my life completely wrong. I'm 78 years old. I've already spent 3,900 weeks. I have about 100 left, maybe less. But that's not the tragedy. The tragedy is how I spent the ones I can never get back. Let me take you back to when I was your age, 25, full of fire. I had plans, big ones. I was going to travel the world, write a novel, learn to play the piano, start a business, fall deeply in love, really live, but not yet. I told myself there was time, so much time. I would do all those things later, after I got the promotion, after I saved enough money, after things settled down. I had 4,000 weeks. What was the rush? So I did what everyone does. I went to work, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. I sat in traffic, answered emails, attended meetings about meetings. I told myself this was building towards something. Every Sunday night, I felt this knot in my stomach. I hated Sundays. Not because I hated my job, but because Sunday meant Monday was coming. And Monday meant another week of waiting. Waiting for what? I didn't even know. I was waiting for my real life to begin. The life where I would finally do all those things I kept postponing. But here's what nobody tells you. The waiting is your life. I kept a calendar on my wall, one of those big ones with all 12 months visible. I told myself I'd use it to plan adventures, mark vacations, track goals. You know what I actually used it for? Counting down to weekends, counting down to holidays, wishing away Wednesdays because they weren't Fridays. I wished away thousands of days. Thousands. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I actively wanted time to pass faster. I wanted to skip through my own existence, like fast forwarding through commercials. But those weren't commercials. Those were the days of my one and only life. And they're gone now. I could never have them back. When I turned 30, I thought that was old. I remember looking in the mirror and seeing a gray hair, just one, and I panicked. I thought, it's happening. I'm running out of time. But did I change anything? No. I said, I'll start living differently when I turn 35. At 35, I said 40. At 40, I said 50. Things will slow down when the kids are older. I'll travel when I retire. I'll write that book when I have time. The someday that never comes. The tomorrow that doesn't exist. I had a friend named Robert. We grew up together. Best friends since we were 7 years old. We used to talk about everything. Dreams, fears, stupid jokes that made no sense. Robert kept asking me to go fishing with him. Every summer, he'd invite me. Come up to the lake, he'd say, like old times. And every summer, I said next year. Too busy this year. Work is crazy. Kids have activities. Next year for sure. This went on for 23 years. 23 summers of next year. Then Robert got sick. Pancreatic cancer. From diagnosis to death. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. I stood at his funeral trying to do the math. How many fishing trips did I miss? How many conversations? How many chances to sit in comfortable silence with someone who actually knew me? All traded for what? Meetings I can't remember. Projects that got canceled anyway. Urgencies that weren't actually urgent. I never went fishing with Robert. Not once in 23 years. And now, I never will. After the funeral, I found a letter he'd written me. His wife handed it to me, said he wrote it the day before he died. It said, "I kept a chair empty for you at the lake every summer. Maybe next year we'll finally use it. That letter is in my wallet right now. I've read it 1,000 times. Each time it asks me the same question. What are you waiting for?" You know what I've noticed about time? It moves differently when you're not paying attention. When I was 25, a year felt like forever. Endless possibility, no rush. When I was 50, a year was nothing, a blink. Where did spring go? Wasn't it just Christmas? And now, at 78, a year is a heartbeat. I can feel them slipping through my fingers like water. The weeks don't slow down. They speed up. And the tragedy is, by the time you realize how fast they go, most of them are already behind you. I had a daughter named Emily. Beautiful girl, always laughing. When she was little, she used to beg me to play dolls with her. "Daddy, play with me." And I'd say, "Not now, sweetheart. Daddy's busy. Maybe later." Later never came. I was always busy, always tired, always distracted by things that seemed so important. Then one day she stopped asking. I didn't even notice at first, but the requests just stopped. She'd go to her room, close the door, play by herself. I thought nothing of it. I thought, good, she's becoming independent. No, she'd learned that her father didn't have time for her. So she stopped hoping. Now Emily is 47. We talk on holidays, polite conversations, surface level stuff. There's a distance between us. A canyon I dug with every not now and maybe later. I'd give anything to go back, to get on that floor, to pick up those dolls, to be present for just one of those moments I threw away. But I can't. Those moments are gone forever, and my daughter grew up without them. Let me tell you about the morning that changed everything. It was 3 years ago. I was 75. I had just retired the year before. Finally had all that time I'd been waiting for. I was sitting in my kitchen, Tuesday morning, nothing special, just drinking coffee, watching the birds outside, and suddenly this wave of something washed over me. Not sadness exactly, deeper than that, a kind of vertigo. I looked around my house, my empty house. My wife had passed 2 years earlier, kids grown and gone, most of my friends either dead or too sick to visit. And I realized I was sitting in the someday I had waited my whole life for. This was it, the future I'd been postponing everything for. And I was alone. I thought about all those trips I never took, the conversations I never had, the I love yous I never said because I assumed there would always be more time. I picked up a pen and started doing the math on a napkin. 4,000 weeks. I'd spent most of them, and what did I have to show for it? A career that ended, a house full of things I don't need, photo albums of moments I barely remember because I was always thinking about what came next. I wasted my weeks. Not all of them, but too many, far too many. And sitting there in that kitchen, I finally understood something. Time is not money. Everyone says time is money. Treat it like money. Invest it. Don't waste it. But that's wrong. That's exactly wrong. Money, if you lose it, you can make more. Work harder, try again, start over. Time, when it's gone, it's gone. You can't earn it back. You can't borrow more. There's no credit, no loans, no second chances. Time is the only thing you spend that you can never replace. And I spent mine like it was infinite. I want to tell you something important now. Something I need you to really hear. You are not going to live forever. I know you know that. Intellectually. Of course you're not immortal. Nobody thinks they are. But you act like you are. You live like you are. You make decisions like you have unlimited time. I'll fix that relationship later. I'll take that trip someday. I'll tell them I love them tomorrow. That's immortal thinking. That's the belief that you have endless weeks to spend. You don't. You have 4,000, if you're lucky, and some of them are already gone. How many have you spent already? Do the math right now. Take your age, multiply by 52. That's how many weeks you've already used. That number, those are weeks you will never see again. They're behind you forever. Now subtract that from 4,000. That's what you have left. Maybe. Does that number feel like a lot? Or does it suddenly feel terrifyingly small? Here's what I want you to do. Don't wait. I mean it. Whatever you're postponing, stop postponing it. That person you've been meaning to call them today, right after this, before you forget, before something comes up, before life gets in the way again. That dream you keep pushing to someday, start it this week. Not perfectly, not completely. Just start. That grudge you're holding, the apology you owe, the forgiveness you're withholding, let it go today, because someday might not come. Someday doesn't exist. There is only this week, and then the next one, and then whatever weeks you have left. I'm not telling you to quit your job or abandon your responsibilities. That's not what I mean. I'm telling you to be awake, to stop sleepwalking through your calendar, to recognize that every single week is a gift you're opening, and you don't get to open it twice. The meeting can wait. The email can wait. The dishes can wait. But the people you love, the experiences that make you feel alive, the person you're meant to become, those cannot wait. They are waiting for you to stop waiting. I have maybe 100 weeks left, give or take. I've stopped wishing them away. I've stopped fast forwarding. Every Tuesday, I eat breakfast, slowly, watch the birds, really watch them. I call my daughter every week now. Not much, just to hear her voice, just to say I'm thinking of her. I finally went to the lake where Robert used to fish, sat in a chair by the water, talked to him like he could hear me. I cried, harder than I've cried in decades, not from sadness, from regret, from all the weeks I traded for nothing, but also from something else, gratitude. That I woke up, that I finally understood. You're not 78. You're not running out of time. You still have weeks, hundreds of them, maybe thousands. Please, don't waste them like I did. I'm going to leave you with one last image. Picture yourself at my age, sitting alone, looking back at your life. What will you see? Will you see a life fully lived, adventures taken, love given freely, moments savored, or will you see what I see? A blur of busyness, a lifetime of almost, a graveyard of someday. You get to choose. Right now, today. The weeks are passing whether you use them or not. So please, use them. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for later. Later is a lie. There is only now. There is only this week. And the clock you cannot hear is ticking. You have 4,000 weeks. Spend them like they matter. Because they do. They're all you've got.